Exploring Singapore.
Yeah, you know, you got it's you know, it's such a small country. You have to see everything, right?
Yeah, because the last people we spoke to, they're like, oh yes, we went out for chili crab. I'm like, oh yes, another person who went for chili crab. But at least you guys did a lot of other things as well. That's really good.
We also ate a lot, though. Let's just be honest. I've been eating 4 meals a day.
And we did some shopping.
Is chili crab good? Should we try this?
Well, it's all right. Depends where you go. I think some places have got good chili crab, but
Actually, I
it's
think
supposed to be like a signature dish in Singapore.
I did not know that.
So it's like crab and like some chili and stuff.
Yeah, so you guys have a really good restaurant right here at the Esplanade, if I'm not wrong.
Yes. Yeah, actually there's a restaurant right downstairs. You can have chili crab down there. It's supposed to be quite well
for
done.
Heather.
Tastes pretty good as well. All right, au revoir Simone. Let's just get down to a couple of questions for you guys. First of all, you're not French and none of you are called Simone, so why au revoir Simone?
No, we're not French. We're from New York.
Yeah. So why the name au revoir
My
Simone?
great-great-great-grandmother was French.
Oh.
Does that count?
Oh, yeah.
Actually, Heather came up with the name, and it's from a movie from the 80s called Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Has anybody seen this movie?
Yes, a few people.
Yeah, it's a classic. You have to watch it. It's Tim Burton.
It's really good. It's a guy who's a man. The actor's a man, but he's sort of a kid. Like, he's got all these toys everywhere, and he's obsessed with his bicycle. It's really weird. And he loves his bicycle so much, but
Very young at heart.
I can't tell you what happens to the bicycle, but he loses the bicycle, and he's running around looking for the bike, and he has all these crazy adventures, and in one of the scenes he meets a waitress named Simone, and Simone has a dream of moving to Paris and leaving her crazy boyfriend who ends up chasing Pee-wee around with a dinosaur bone. He's like really nuts. And so they have a long talk, Pee-wee and Simone, and he's like, you have to live your dream, I'm trying to find my bike, you have to try to find yourself in Paris, sort of a thing. So they bump into each other again at a bus station, and she's like, I'm going to Paris, Pee-wee, au revoir, Pee-wee, and he's like, au revoir, Simone. So that's how we got the name.
Wow.
Very silly. It sounds very serious, but it's not.
Was that like I'm sure that's one of you guys, your favorite movies when you were growing up?
It's all of our favorite movies.
And Tim Burton directed. Did you watch Alice in Wonderland by Tim Burton as well?
I haven't seen it yet.
You've not seen it yet?
It's such a hype movie. There's like Alice in Wonderland Frappuccino, Alice in Wonderland nail polish, Alice in Wonderland everything.
Yes, so much.
Yeah, I caught it in 3D the other day. It's quite cute. It's not bad.
I'd like to see
yeah,
it in
so
3D.
I'm a big fan of the Tim Burton and Johnny Depp combination since Edward Scissorhands.
Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, so that's one of my favorite movies. So you got the name from the movie Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure. Almost sounds like a Harold and Kumar movie, you know, like he lost his bike and went running out, dinosaur bones and things coming out.
Yeah.
And you know, we've always got the thing, you know, like people keep calling us Harold and Kumar for some reason.
Oh my gosh! Now that you say that, I
wonder why. Harold and Kumar go down to No Signboard Seafood to find chili crab.
Harold and Kumar hosts in the house at the Esplanade.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, ladies, how about telling everybody how you guys got together? How did this all start?
Well, we were all living in Brooklyn, and we were playing in some different bands, and I knew Annie because I was playing in a band with her boyfriend.
Who's over there?
Who's over there?
Now her husband.
And we had an idea to start an all-keyboard band because we just thought it would be really cool, and we were collecting keyboards, and because we grew up in the 80s, we were all really into like small Casios and Yamahas and as toys, and it turned out to be just this addiction. We would get together at my apartment and just play for hours and hours, and we first just started learning songs, and then but there was always this very amateur kind of spirit, and just a spirit of having fun and getting together. So that's how the band formed, and we started making some recordings so that we could play shows, and when we started playing shows, people would ask us to play more shows, and that's just how it started.
Nice. So you guys of course do your own music, and you've got a couple of albums as well. I was reading about Still Night, Still Light. That's your latest album, or the most recent one out. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the whole or the recording process and how you guys write songs? Because I know you've got an interesting way of coming up with your songwriting and you know the songs that you do. So maybe you can tell us a bit more about that.
I'm the quiet one. We all write songs together. Sometimes we just collaborate, the three of us, equally, and just kind of come up with something on the fly. And then other times we'll come up with the ideas of songs separately and then bring them into the practice space. And we'll keep working on them until we've all kind of put our mark on it. Until that's, I feel like, how our songs become really Revoir Simone songs, is that it's all three of us. We'll keep working on them until we're all perfectly happy. And we have a really interesting system where, you know, if any one person doesn't think something should be, you know, there's no majority rules here. Like, if one person thinks that it's not right, we just throw the idea out. And it's ended up working out for us, because I think that if even one of us feels weird about something, it's a good
But
reason.
we have, the person who doesn't agree has to live with it for at least a week before they throw it out. Because it's like buying a new shirt or something. At first you're like, oh, why did I buy that shirt? And then after a week you're like, oh, that's my favorite shirt, you know? So sometimes what you hate in the beginning becomes what you love in the end.
But we're all kind of perfectionists, so...
Kind of perfectionists. We're obsessively perfectionists when it comes to our music. We spend like 6 hours a day, 4 days a week, rehearsing when we're writing an album.
I kind of like this, because, you know, when we ask the question, like, you're the first one to answer, and it kind of bounces there, and it kind of bounces back this way. You guys finish each other's sentences. How long have you guys been together as a group already?
Since 2003.
2003?
Or is it 2002?
Like halfway through.
I think we've known each other 2002, but we started the band in 2003.
Yeah, a long time. Longer than some people here have been alive.
That's true.
Well, yeah.
Yes, possibly. Yes.
I didn't see the small children.
So weird to think about.
They're really cute.
Alrighty, so what are the stories? What are the stories behind the songs that you write? You know, what stories are you telling us in the songs? What, you know, I mean, or what do you base your songs on?
A lot of sadness.
Love stories.
I think in order to be a happy person, when I'm having a sad feeling, I have to drown and wallow in the sadness and enjoy being sad and crying and eating ice cream and writing songs and being really low. And then, whatever, it's over. And it's also good because when you're singing about sad things, you can remember the people that influenced you. And you can think about how you can do things better the next time, and you're constantly reminding yourself of those events. But then I think a lot of our songs are also just like hopeful messages, things that we want to say to ourselves. You know?
There's like a lot of nostalgia too that we all have in common.
I guess whatever we're feeling really strongly at the time, and you know, that could be anything.
Well, that's pretty interesting. Actually, I want to highlight, or at least maybe you guys can give me some advice about this, because I've got this problem, because, you know, when I write really sad songs, and because if they are based on, like, you know, certain experiences and stuff, so when I actually go into the recording studio maybe a couple of months later, when we did our last album, I had about 1 or 2 songs thrown out because I couldn't feel the same way, you know, because I was kind of happy at that point in time. So, you know, it's like the song just didn't come out. So, I don't know, how do you guys do it if you had to do it?
Oh, that never kind of comes up for me.
No, I mean, maybe our songs aren't that sad then.
No,
Sorry.
that's kind of sad.
But I think
I'm not depressive.
We've had some pretty bad breakup songs.
Maybe you're really good at living in the present, and we have to sometimes get stuck in our past
You're
emotions.
just a deeper, more sensitive person than we are, I guess.
No, I've got my producers telling me that, okay, we're going to stop all the girls from, you know, ever getting attached to you so that you won't be happy for a while, so we can finish the album first.
good for you, good for you.
I want to be happy.
But I mean, being together since 02, 03, and have you guys any tension touring and you know, because it's always the three of you guys rehearse so often, you guys see each other often enough. Are there any moments where there's a little bit of tension within the group?
Well, we're like family, so, you know, we're like sisters, so sure, sisters fight, you know.
Sometimes Heather gets mad when I eat the food off her plate.
I'm always like...
I'm just kidding.
I get mad when I don't sleep enough. I think that's the thing that makes me cranky, is to not
me
sleep.
too.
Yeah, I think we're all
No
I hope you guys have been sleeping.
I just got here at 8 this morning.
Oh my God, did you
Yeah.
sleep on the flight?
I did. I slept on the flight, so I'm feeling alright. Yeah.
I'm so happy with the weather here.
Yes.
We've
I
been in
love
a very, very freezing.
They're probably
snowy
wondering, like, what are you
winter.
talking about? It's like gray outside, but for this, I mean, we're coming from New York where it's freezing. And, well, it's not that freezing right now, but it's still nicer here. That's me.
That's cool. Well,
You're very lucky.
You do know that we actually had some of the driest weather here over the past month or so. It was really, really hot.
I was reading about that in the newspaper
Yeah,
today.
but when you
Global
guys pop in,
warming
like
in effect.
yeah, it's only rained like yesterday and
We
today.
should
Like
turn off these lights. We're contributing to global warming.
well, you've got so many fans here today, and we were wondering whether any of you guys had any questions you wanted to ask, or anybody at all. Don't be shy.
yeah, yes,
Where's
right in the
Brian?
back.